Okay, let's take a look at transport of carbon dioxide in from the body cells to the lungs. So basically, if I can break them down to percentage, 70% of carbon dioxide transportation is through the blood plasma. 20% is through the blood plasma as well. You might be wondering why. Okay, 70% is in the form of hydrogen carbonate ions, HCO3 minus, while 20% is in the form of carbon dioxide dissolved in the blood plasma. 10% is through the hemoglobin, that is the red blood cell. It will bind to hemoglobin and form carbamino hemoglobin. So these are the three ways of how carbon dioxide can be transported from the body cells to the lungs. This one is quite straightforward. Basically, normally hemoglobin will bind to a maximum of 4 oxygen. So in this case, instead of binding to oxygen, it binds to carbon dioxide, that's all. Okay, this one is easy. This one, you can imagine blood plasma. Blood plasma has liquid, right? Carbon dioxide just dissolved in the carbon dioxide form. As for this one, number one, the 70%, the main one, it is much more complicated. So I'll be talking about the 70% now. So you can imagine there are 2 places actually. In body cells and in the lungs. Near body cells carry out respiration all the time. So in that case, they will release large amount of carbon dioxide. So what happened here is, carbon dioxide in the lungs, on the other hand, it is slightly lesser because in the lungs, you are actively removing carbon dioxide. So they will have actually similar processes, but they are opposite of each other. The circle that I'm drawing is actually a red blood cell. We need red blood cell to help us because we need an enzyme to help us. The enzyme is found only in the red blood cell. So what happened here is, carbon dioxide from the cell move into the red blood cell, and the carbon dioxide combine with, the circle is too small, let me make it bigger. Carbon dioxide in the cell diffuse into the red blood cell, combine with water. With the help of an enzyme, the enzyme's name is carbonic anhydrase. Which is only found in the red blood cell. That is why carbon dioxide will diffuse in. So thanks to the carbonic anhydrase, carbon dioxide and water will form carbonic acid. This formation needs the presence of carbonic anhydrase enzyme. After forming it, it will dissociate because it dissolves in water. So it becomes H plus and HCO3, 1 minus. H plus will stay inside the red blood cell because the cell is mainly negatively charged. So in that case, it would be attracted to the H plus, or you can think it this way: H plus will be attracted to the cell because the cell is negatively charged, while the negatively charged HCO3 will be expelled out because negative will repel. So it will move out of the red blood cell in the form of HCO3. And of course, when you move out of red blood cell, the next thing that you will enter will be blood plasma. So it will dissolve inside blood plasma in this form and get carried by the blood in this form to the lungs. Got it? Lorraine, so far? Lorraine, you have question?
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yes.
How about you?
No.
No, don't understand. Which part you don't understand?
It is to this to transport carbon dioxide
Yes,
like in the body cells.
correct. It's like basically your body cells produce a lot of carbon dioxide, right? So you cannot let the carbon dioxide accumulate in your body cells, right? They'll be drowned with carbon dioxide. So you must get them away from the body cells to somewhere that you can remove it. That somewhere will be lungs. So you need to transfer the carbon dioxide from the body cells to the lungs so that the lungs can remove the carbon dioxide. So during this transportation, most of the carbon dioxide is not transported in carbon dioxide form. It is transported in this form instead. Got it, Tao?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically there are three forms that it can be transported lah. I already mentioned this now: 70%, 20%, 10%. The 20
Why do
and
they,
10,
yeah.
sorry?
Why do they have to separate it?
Why do they have to separate it? There is no reason to it because actually when we study human body, we realize that 70% of carbon dioxide take this route, and then 20% take this route, and then there's 10% take this route. It is a form of discovery. We don't really know why, the reason for it, but this is what happened.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is important for you to know this route and how carbon dioxide is changed into HCO3 before it is being transported to the lungs. Got it so far, Tao?
Yeah.
Okay, so I will explain the second half because this is the transportation. It will transport in 70% of carbon dioxide will be transported in this form. Then finally it reached the lungs. In the lungs, because of continuous breathing in and out, there will be lesser carbon dioxide as compared to the body cells. So what happened here is HCO3, which is hydrogen carbon ions, will diffuse back into the red blood cell, combine with H plus to form back carbonic acid, H2CO3. With the help of the enzymes, the same enzyme, the very same enzyme, carbonic anhydrase. Which is found only in the red blood cell. That's why they go into the red blood cell and not go into the white blood cell platelets. So with the help of carbonic anhydrase, notice this arrow is a reversible arrow. So that means carbonic anhydrase can catalyze forward reaction, can also catalyze backward reaction. So in this case, it catalyzed the backward reaction where carbonic acids move backwards and form carbon dioxide and water. So you can imagine the opposite occur. So carbon dioxide is produced, and then voila, it come out of the red blood cell, and then into the lungs to be expelled in carbon dioxide form, not in this form. Okay, Lorraine and Tao.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes they will ask you to describe how carbon dioxide is transported from the body cells to the lungs. A lot of students, they only focus on this. They forget about the 20% and the 10%. So remember, you must draw the whole picture. Okay, plus the 20% and also the 10%. Then you will get the full marks. Very likely, this part will take up most of the marks. Say you have 5-mark question. Probably this one will take up 4 marks. And the other 20%, 10% one, dissolve in plasma, blood plasma, and combine with hemoglobin. The one probably take up 1 mark. Okay, so remember to paint the whole picture. Okay, Ken?
Yeah.
Hello. Any other question? Yeah. Lauren, how about you? Is it clear? Do you understand now, Lauren?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the one that you want, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll stop the video.